So, Coach, you mentioned a lot of people are talking about your golf game, and obviously it's sort of talking season, and media days are coming up next week. Do you have do you plan like, hey, I've got a speech, or I'm just going to wing it, or how do you go about prepping for the event that has now become SEC Media Days?
Yeah, I really have never been a big planner for that. I just kind of like to be transparent and truthful. And I know that, people, this is that time where people are looking for things to write about. And I do love golf. I enjoy playing. It gets away. But what people don't realize is it's probably, you know, I assure you, I never missed a camp day or a recruiting day but if camp got over at 3 o'clock one day and Jill and I go out at 4:30, we absolutely might do that. And I'm not apologizing for that part of it, but my focus is 100% on getting Auburn in that win column this fall. And I think the biggest thing that's causing most of it is the recruiting rankings right now because we've been top 10, my 2 years here in
Yep.
recruiting and currently we're not. And good Lord, we could spend 30 minutes on why I think that is, but there's a lot of people right now that are operating under a different set of rules on what their interpretation is of this settlement and how you should operate. And I'm going to operate in the manner that our administration has interpreted it. And we'll see. I think it's a long game play for us that I think is going to work out in our favor because we're doing it very transparent and the way we believe the settlement is written to operate, if that makes any sense. And the other thing that nobody talks about, I don't listen to much. I'm not on social media anymore. My daughter does it, but is well, Freeze is not getting this receiver in state, and he's not getting, do y'all realize on paper, I'm not losing a single receiver. And so, how do you do this? This is not like David in the old days where you just sign 25 guys and then you figure out, who the 85 are. This is actually a salary cap world. And I like our receiver room. And how do I go and make offers to other receivers at numbers that these other schools are when I'm like, come January, I kind of want to keep the one I have. Does that make sense? I don't think the fine bombs of the world or any of them that think about all that. They just say he's playing golf and not recruiting. And so, and it's just a lot of dynamics that are into it right now. And I'm confident that our staff, we have not changed a single approach to our recruiting. People love it when they come to Auburn, but there's just a lot of dynamics that go into their decisions currently. And come August 1, everybody's got to put this in writing now. And it will, we'll see where everything shakes out after that. And how in the world are you going to convince a third 5-star quarterback to come to you when you have Jackson Arnold and Deuce Knight? How do you do that? Not only how do you do that, but how do you fund it under if we're really operating under a true salary cap where we have no idea what an NIL value is until Deloitte decides that, which is our interpretation of the new rules. How do you do that? You can't. I mean, I've sent my general manager to the NFL teams, and we know how much percentage goes in a running back room. We know how much percentage goes in a quarterback room. We know how much percentage goes in a D line room. And to your point, you better be figuring out how in the world come January do I retain that D lineman that has the experience that I need? And if you promised all of that already to a freshman, that's an issue. And so it's complicated. And the biggest thing, the calendar is so messed up. You're asking us to sign a class in December, and I won't know who my roster is until January. So how do you do that? I don't know who's turning pro. And so you kind of have to speculate.